If you are seeing this, it's because you feel like there's something more, that you're craving something deeper, something mystical, something magical, something you maybe only thought lived in books and movies, but you wonder if it's also for your real life, if there's a way to bring in enchantment and spiritual depth to your day-to-day life. So the moment that we start yearning for that, the moment that happens, we start to call it in. We start to manifest, if you will. And I don't mean you're writing down on a vision board and you're trying to create something specific. I'm talking about we're setting an intention to call something towards us in life. So today, I want to talk to you about what that yearning means and the kind of things it could create and why you're hearing this message today, right? Because if you clicked on it and you're watching this, you're already calling in more insight about it. That's how this works. So first, if you don't know me, I'm Avery. I'm an intuitive, and I work with people to discover deeper meaning and enchantment in their life. And I've worked with countless clients. And so over the years, I've learned so many truths that aren't just specific to the individual, but apply to myself and to all of us. Yearning for something mystical or more magical is the beginning of a spiritual journey. I know in my own life, I began feeling very discontent. I felt I didn't quite fit into the narratives I was given. I was living in a, corporate structure. I was doing everything I could. I had a cool life. There was nothing wrong with it entirely. In fact, I knew I was supposed to be grateful, but I didn't feel satisfied, right? I felt objectively grateful. And maybe that's how you're feeling, objectively grateful, but I didn't feel lit up. I didn't feel alive. And I thought, man, I went through all this schooling, all these years, all this work to get here, and I don't know where I am really. Eventually discovered that what I was looking for was both within me and all around me, but it was my way of experiencing life. I wanted to feel a certain level of power. And I don't mean power over or controlling of others. I wanted to have a creative direction over my life, but not through force. I wanted there to be some kind of interactive element. It just felt like wrong to me. And maybe it feels wrong to you too. And that's because there is a part of you somewhere that your conscious mind may not know that remembers how it could be. And we are all given that deep remembrance, no matter how buried, no matter how much society pushes it down, we are given that deeper remembrance that there is a different way of operating, that our desires are not all wrong, even though we may need to sort through some of them to undo conditioning or undo our fear, undo coping tools, but that there is something in you yearning to feel vibrant and alive, and you don't know what makes that happen. You are yearning for enchantment. You are yearning for life to take on a tone of magic and the mystical. And I don't mean where you have to control everything or it has to be so flashy like in a movie, but that essence can exist. We want to know that there are signs and symbols. We want to know that there is spiritual connection. And if you're seeing this video today, it's because you either already know and you want to know more, or you just want to know it's real. And I'm here to tell you it's real. As someone who once didn't believe or didn't have the permission to believe in those types of things, especially that an individual person had the right to any information beyond what was logically given, beyond what I've learned and known with my mind, and to discover that I could not only have access to insight, but I could receive information through dreams, I could get signs, I could get nudges, I could know things, and then I could use those same skills to help other people to know things. And I don't mean to analyze every single person, look at their depth. I mean to know deeper truth, to be able to shift reality by changing my internal perspective, to suddenly feel like I have a creative say over the way things go in my life. Now, it's not to control, Because I tried to control, I thought that was a creative thing. That didn't work. And you've probably tried the same thing. That doesn't work very well unless you're really controlling. But then what do you get? Fear? Disconnect? There is a way to connect to a wider part of ourselves that is interconnected to a more spiritual aspect of all things. And often I see people talking about their spiritual past and manifesting, and they're beautiful. But I think if we're not focusing on the relationship between us and the spiritual aspect of all things, we're gonna miss the magic. We're gonna create stuff, and we're gonna learn to maybe be peaceful. And those are really cool things. There's magic in each of those. That is not where it stops. What if you could commune with the energy and the information in all things? What if you can ask questions and receive guidance? What if you can change the way you feel about something and open up a new opportunity in an individual moment? Because you can. It just takes getting to know that part of yourself and going deeper. So if you're seeing this today, I'm sharing that, just the encouragement that it is real and it's out there. And it starts checking into your body, tuning in a little deeper, and following your desire and your curiosity and your yearning for enchantment and magic and the mystical, and taking action to seek out more about it. So if you like this video and you want to know more about this subject and the ways that the spiritual world can interact with your life and improve and enhance and help you to feel deeper and more alive, follow along. But also, if you want a different form of content, check out the link in my bio and join my newsletter. I love to share what's going on either in readings or in my own personal life and create deeper meaning there, because inspiration and sharing our experiences with others is the first part. Our mind has to expand in order for our body to trust, in order for our knowing to get on board. But you will recognize truth when you feel it. Now, your mind may doubt, but you will recognize truth. So I hope you follow along. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know where you're at on your journey, how this video impacted you today, because I want to connect with you. So please, really do feel free to comment and share and ask questions, and I will do my best to respond.